Well, hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to Coaching with Chris. I'm pretty excited because I got KT with me today. And you know what? KT wears several different hats. We're talking about Kenneth Travis here, not only a broker, originator, owner, but also part of leadership of AIME. He is wearing multiple hats. He is giving back to our community, and he's kicking butt with his company. And so it's just fun to be able to interview people like this that are literally helping us change this industry. So KT, come on in.
Hey man, what a great introduction. Thank you, Chris.
Well, hey,
appreciate you having me.
You're like the perfect gentleman. Your tone is amazing. You just lead by example. You are so much more advanced in technology than me. Like, I'm just a street originator, and you're so into all this stuff. I'm like, it gets me every time when you show me your ideas and where you're heading. And you made a big headway. I got to give you a compliment. You made a big, huge movement in AIME. You changed a lot of things in a short period of time. Plus, you ran a business and originated. Hats off to you, man. You got to say, walking away from 2025, you had a good year.
It was good, and we got a lot of work done. And I didn't do it alone. I had some good people around me, but yeah, I would agree that it's been a eventful 25, and it was fun, and we've learned even more, and things are just things always get better.
We've been taking a lot of originators across the country through my little example of completing and remembering. And it's a thing of being able to take our mind through 2025 to get prepared for 2026. And I thought I'd ask you a couple questions on it.
Sure.
You good with this?
Yeah, man. I love being on the spot. Who doesn't?
All right, cool. So we're kind of really gearing into this. And what do you feel like is your biggest risk that you took that paid off in 2025?
Oh, man. I think one of the things about the broker community is it's always difficult to get started because you're having to wear a couple of hats, right? Depending on how you operate inside this industry. I think for me, we spend so much time scaling and building and growing the internal stuff that we sometimes get distracted by the things that, are income producing, right? Or things that, or closing loans, basically. I think the biggest thing for me was, creating a team, investing in people so I could do the things I wanted to do, so I could still originate. And I didn't have to maybe deal with a lot of operational stuff. I could focus on other things. So just really, focusing, having a team in place, which means you have to take less sometimes, Chris, right? You have to, when you're investing in a team, you're just like, okay, and you've got to be consistent in the things that you do. And it forces you to be more consistent because you got to pay for these people that you put around you. And it may not have it doesn't have a short-term gain. It has a long-term payout, right? And so once you get that built out and you put good people around you, you'll start doing bigger numbers. You'll start being able to have more time to be consistent in the things that are going to drive traffic and to drive business to your operation. And if you're real good, then, and you craft that and get really good at it, then you'll be able to, do other things like, help lead AIME or, spend time trying to break the world record planking or whatever it is that you want to do and spend time with your family. But it just takes a little bit of time and consistency to get it there.
Yeah. What a great topic. It is a big risk to invest in yourself and to invest in team and hiring, not only hiring, but hiring right and leading the team and then being able to delegate out and trusting. And then the whole execution part, it's a process that I feel like you did really, really well throughout this year. What do you feel how is 26 then going into 2026, right? What do you think is the biggest risk you'll take then in 2026?
Yeah, I think my biggest risk in this coming year is going to be implementing new ideas that are unproven. AI being one of them,
Mm.
looking at comp differently, looking at getting things done using technology that we're so used to doing ourselves or having people on our team do. So really leveraging technology in a way that our industry hasn't used, right? At the level
Mhm.
that we're going to attempt it at, and see how it goes. And if, just to get real specific in that regard,
Yeah.
it's utilizing AI agents inside of the process, whether it's the point of sale, during the origination of the loan, there's a lot of things that we do that we can set on autopilot if it's built the right way. And I think a lot of originators, we think of AI a lot of different ways, but one of them is not, most of them are not in the ways that I'm referring to. I'm talking about really like, learning, these AIs learning and then training them and getting them to where they need to be. And I've been dabbling in that for just over a year.
Wow.
And the technology moving so fast. It's like, I remember going to a Housing Wire event,
Yeah.
and the front row, and I'm excited to be there. And like, they're talking about this AI, and I'm like deflated. Is like 8 months of what I've done, 10 months of what I've done is now outdated. Are you kidding me? And now, something that you can do substantially easier, with a fraction of the cost is, and do it in 3 hours is here, and so all that work I had done. So, just knowing that I can embrace technology, I'm going to try a lot of new things. We're already doing them. I think that there's AI agents out now, Chris, that are processing files. And let me use the word pre-processing, right? And just taking their tools to help our people move faster and get to where we're going faster. And I think that, the name of the game in 2026 is being able to do more with less people. And, things are going to get competitive in a good way, and I think that people can really leverage AI, and there's a lot of things coming out even the broker space. There's tools that are coming out. There are already tools here that you can leverage that you're not going to. It's almost like learning a new language. It's like, this is foreign. Like, this isn't how we do business. But if you go back, and if you've been in this business, and maybe you haven't, maybe there's someone listening that hasn't been in the business for very long. I've been in it since 2003. The way we did business in 2003 is not the same way we do business today.
Very
Even
true.
in 2012 wasn't the way we did it, in 2008. And so I've been through enough cycles. Chris, you've been through enough cycles. Originators out there, like, know that you're going to go through a cycle of things being different. And different doesn't mean wrong. It just means it's different. And I think that I think for me, it's leveraging AI, and I think it's going to pay off big with the time and energy and effort that I put into that. And we're going to be sharing that with the entire broker community. So looking forward to that.
I feel like a lot of people listening to this, they want to ask you this question. So, or maybe it's just Chris, but what was the biggest surprise through your AI journey these last 12 months that surprised you the most? Like, what was one thing that surprised you the most? You're like, whoop, what? Was there one?
Yeah, I think it's just the way it works. And,
Okay.
we used to say, well, there's an app for that. And we'd go and we'd find an app and to be the solution. I think the way I would explain it, Chris, is it's like the way that like if I wanted to open up a folder on my computer, I'd go to the computer, I'd look for the folder, I'd open it up, I'd look in the subfolders, I'd open that up, I'd go to the document I wanted, searching for it, I'd open that document up, and then I would have what I needed. Now you can kind of just ask, hey, I need this document, and it comes to you, right? And so the way, it's not that things are changing, but how we see data and how it's being processed is going to be different. It's going to be simpler and easier. And guess what? We're not going to be able to see it. Just be able to ask for it. It's here. And so when I think about that, it's like, okay, well, how does that pertain to mortgage lending? I think that there are AIs out there right now that are built, and I'm participating in building these. And I'm doing a lot of AI building for our space right now. And these are very dialed in agents where you can have it take it, like one of the agents I have now, like when my phone rings, my agent will pick up and say, hey, this is, Sarah, I'm KT, I'm Kenneth Travis's AI agent. I know. I'm much better than he is. And I put my humor in it. And then they take the entire application. Right.
It's working right now.
Oh, it's working great. It's like, it's almost unbelievable because I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I don't want to do that. Like, I'm going to lose deals because of it. People love it. I tested it as a human. So I acted like I was an agent for about 3 days talking to a customer, and I was just playing with her. I finally told her I was just kidding. I said, hey, this is really me. And she's like, oh my God, I'm going to kill you. But she was a really friendly agent of mine. And I would answer the phone that, hey, this is, I forgot the name I used, but KT's AI agent. How can I help you? And it was just me talking to her, and I would text her like that as well. And I just want to see if it would work, and it did. And she loved it. And so I was like, okay, I just need to recreate that into an agent, and, I can put my spin on it. But then loan officers need to be able to grab that same data, and put their personality in it. And I think that that's the missing piece with AI is like, you can still do it, but even if it doesn't have it, it still works. Mm-hmm. It's better than nothing. It's better than what most people have now, because a lot of people don't have someone picking up their phone when you don't have, like, if we have a live body here to answer it, that's preferred. But what if everyone's on the phone at the office, or we're unavailable for whatever reason? That's a second. That's better than not answering the phone. You know what I mean? So it's like,
or Saturday morning.
Yeah, exactly. Or Saturday morning, or Sunday, or midnight. And so I just have someone available 24/7 to answer the phone and to do it the way that, I instruct them to do it. And sometimes it's not a client. Sometimes it's a realtor. Sometimes it's a friend. Sometimes it's a colleague. And we built options in for all of that. So it's just trusting that this stuff will work. And once you've kind of tested it and dipped your toe in the water, you'll be like, oh, that was kind of nice. And then you put your foot in. And before you know it, you're waist deep, and you're like, how did I live without this?
Right.
And I'm there. I'm there now. I wasn't there a year ago, but I am now. But I think most originators aren't there yet. And I think that a lot of them are dipping their toe in the water, and that's fine. We all go through that process of trust and understanding. But once once those tools are available to the originator to just plug and play without a whole lot of work, let's face it, Chris, everyone wants it done for them. I don't blame them. I want it done for me too. The problem is you got to, I want it now, so I'm going to learn it now. And so I've always been an early adopter of things. I've always been that way. So I just embrace that, and I don't wait around. I just try to be part of the
you get it done
creation of it. Yeah.
The AI app that is helping originators take the application, is that something that the originator listening to this could go get, or is that something that is through how if they want that, how do they go get that?
Yeah, it's going to be very soon. We're going to be announcing it. There are some people that I know that are out there that I think have it, that are using it through Russell. I forgot Russell's last name. It'll come to me. Russell, if you're listening, don't be mad at me. I forgot your last name. But anyway, he's built some pretty good tools as well. But I just think what we're building is as good, if not a little bit better. It's a little bit more advanced in some ways with other things. But the way that it works, just so you know, the originator, there's software out there right now that I've seen with.
So this is your company. This is like your thing.
It's an organization that I'm a part of. It's not my company, but it's an organization that I'm a part of. But you can sit there and watch the AI talk to the customer. Like, you can look at the screen and they're talking.
And you can see how they react.
You can interject if you want. You can take over, you can do different things. But they're basically just taking the application for you right there. Right. So traditionally we would say, hey, just go to my website. I can email
right.
you an app.
That's what I was going to say.
You can fill out the application online. As soon as you fill it out, it's going to alert my team, which we still have that set up, right? Or I can take it over the phone for you right now. I'm Kenneth's AI agent, and hey, I'm here just to make things easier for you. So however you want to do it is okay with us. How would you like to proceed? Just text it to me. Great. I'm seeing you the text now. Let me confirm the number. Email me. Okay, great. I'm emailing you now. I'm going to confirm your email. Okay, great. We'll have the application, sent to you. So traditional workflows and CRMs, you don't need them anymore. And I know that sounds so crazy, and I couldn't wrap my head around it either. And it's like, well, man, that's how we build things. Like, you go in, you create a workflow, and we've been working with workflows for 10 years or longer, right? And you build out these processes and these steps. Well, now the AI agents can do it. And it's like they're handed the baton to the next AI agent. and they all learn each other, which is real weird to me. Like, it's crazy how this technology works. And then they learn each other and they get better and better and better. And so is it something that we're going to just switch to overnight? No, I think we all just get used to it and we get comfortable with using it slowly, but not too slowly, right? Embrace it enough. But I've been using it. It's been good for us. The human still wins every time, in my opinion, personally. It's what I think. But all of that, having it available for those, because we have different types of clients. You have millennials that love that stuff.
Yeah.
And there are people, they don't want to talk to somebody, right? Some of them don't. Like, some people don't want to talk to a human. Some people do. So you're just giving them one more tool in your tool belt. And if it fits, great, they try it on. If it doesn't, it's okay. Just keep moving forward like you normally do.
I mean, my wife and I, we are not millennials, but we are different. I would rather speak to somebody. She would rather not.
Yeah.
And I always say, but just pick up the phone. Just pick up the phone.
Yeah.
And she will fight me to the end if she didn't have to pick up that phone. And she could do it either by email or text or however form. But picking up the phone just is like, yeah, I just don't want to. And she's super social and loves people and everything else. But when it comes to doing something, she would rather do it this way. I'm the opposite. And I feel like, man, how cool would it be? Can't wait for this to roll out and you guys to introduce this. But how cool would it be to have someone that thinks like you take the application? How much we, as wholesalers, we complain for the originator to take a great app. And would AI be the fixer to that? And would AI not skip a step? I didn't want to ask that question, or AI ain't skipping. They're going to ask all those questions.
Yeah. They're not messing up. So and we mess up. We do for a reason. Yeah.
So going back to what you said is, your biggest risk, you talked about this team. Tell us about how you set up your team as an originator and an owner, and how you divided out the duties so that you could go do all these cool things, but then also keep into the business.
Yeah. I think it's different for everyone. However, I think that you also, you've got to start it off, like, you've got to do what's best for you, right? Most originators come in, and I remember back in the day when I first started, it was just me doing all of the, from A to Z. And when I got to about 7 or 8, closings a month, that's where it was just like, I was on all the time and I couldn't take vacation and I couldn't unplug. And if I stopped, or if I stopped working, my business shut down. I didn't have a business. I had a job. If you can't walk away from it and it run without you being there, that's a job, and if it requires you, it's not a business. And so for me, it's like, okay.
That's what all my surgeon buddies say.
Okay. Is that what they say?
They don't make money unless they do surgery. They can't walk away unless they're doing surgeries.
That's it. So
he goes, I hate our business. I hate our business. And I go, it's too late for you to switch now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. At that point, for sure. But I think that, you have to get to the place first, which means you got to do all the money-making activities, all the actions that matter, to get to a place to where it's like, oh no, I'm overwhelmed. And you got all these balls that are being juggled. And when you start dropping a ball here and there, that's a good indication that, okay, I need help. Right. And the challenge is that finding the right person, right? Whether you train them from the ground up, which is not a terrible idea. You got to get the right mindset person with a good mindset. Bring him in. So that's a game changer. You can change someone's life by introducing them, right? And I think you let them start off with the small things, the things that are very time consuming, the lower money-making activities, the things that, don't move the needle. I've said this for years, 80% of what we do generates 20% of our revenue, yet 20% of what we do generates 80% of our revenue. And we really got to stay focused on that 20% of the things that are going to make us money, which is the marketing. If it's for some, it's talking to the customer when the referral comes in, and updating the realtors and things like that. But it changes as you grow. But when you're first starting off, it's just getting that person to take those, $20 tasks off of your plate that anybody can do behind the scenes. And then you do that for a year or two, and you train this person and you teach them how to order appraisals and title work and all of these things that you need to do. And it's going to free you up to do what? To do more loans, right? So long as you're staying focused on the money-making activities. And
right.
Then you'll get, Yeah, you don't just vacation after that. Like, no,
Right.
you got to.
Right. I've seen it. I've seen it
Yeah.
happen.
But people are so afraid. Loan officers are so funny because they're like, oh, this is mine. I don't want to give any of it. Well, no, whatever you make, you have to take a percentage of that if you want to grow and close more loans. And closing more isn't bad, but even just closing a little bit more, might move the needle for you enough to, invest into a person that you can pull under your wing and teach them these things. And then, you do that for, it's different for everyone, but a year, maybe 2 years. And next thing you know, you got this executive assistant, this partner, man, that you can be like, man, they know almost everything I know. They've been sitting here working so close with me for a year or two. And so now you can hire a third person, right? Mm-hmm. Or a processor or whatever it is. And you just keep scaling it, but you do it slowly but surely if you're on a budget. Now, if you have deep pockets and, you've got money to throw away and invest, then you could scale it faster. Yeah. And that's a business model. But most people in our space don't go that route, Chris, in my opinion, Right. So I agree. Yeah. So
I'd rather build in small steps than big steps and have a slide. The slide down I always tell everybody that slide down is painful. But small steps, you can always go back one step.
I would rather run fast in the right direction than run fast in the wrong.
That's another good one.
So
that is a good one. What are you the most excited about in two-part question in your personal origination business for 2026? And what are you the most excited about for AIME? I mean, I know we've talked about AI and I know you're excited about that, but other than AI, what other things are you excited about in these two areas for 2026?
Okay. You asking for my perspective, like what it is for me? Is that, I mean, I don't want to plug myself, but I'm going to have to plug myself to some degree. I think that, I was a broker for 10 years of my career. Then I went retail for 9 and then came back to the broker side in 2022. I tried to do it in 2020, March of 2020. I was coming back and, we know what happened. Business was falling everywhere and it just was not a good time to transition back to the broker side. And when I came back to the broker side, I knew that the challenges that we were going to have, but I also knew that the playing field was level. It was more equal because I was one of the last of the Mohicans, man, in the broker community. There was like 5% of us. And prior to that, it was like 67% of the industry. And all my friends went to retail and I was like, man, I felt alone. And so I ended up making the jump and it wasn't bad. Retail served me well and it was okay. Mm-hmm. It was good. And then when I came back to the broker side, I knew that, technology was going to make things substantially easier, made the playing field a lot more level. But I wanted to kind of live in this pain for a while and see what loan officers were experiencing. Or what you see right now, Chris, is you have people in our space that come to the wholesale side or the broker side and they plug into a big broker shop. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's good. They have support, they have processes, they have systems. And they can close as much business as they can, but they don't own it. They don't own it. They still have to pay a 10% tax fee. They still have a per file fee, but they don't own anything. And if that's what you want, great. But I also see a lot of originators go and they try to open up the operations. They spend all their time building it and they don't have enough time to originate and they get frustrated. And they're trying to live in these two worlds where they're trying to manage a company where they can, own and do all these things, but it comes at a cost. Usually your production goes down. And and people live in that world and they live in that pain. I know when I came to the broker side, this in 22, dude, I went to 13 states in 6 months. And I was like, crap, that was a mistake. I wasn't quite ready for that scale yet, but it was a mistake that I made. If I could go back, I wouldn't have done it that way.
Yeah.
But the point is this, I think that's where brokers get black eyes sometimes is they're just not really good at managing a business, if I'm being fair about it. Mm-hmm. And I agree. There's very few that are really good at managing the business. They're good at originating. They're good at closing loans, but they're not good at managing the business. And, or they're really good at managing business and they're not a great marketer and they don't have a lot of loans coming in. And they just, it's just this, up and down roller coaster of a ride. And I do think that and so for me, I said, man, how do we marry these worlds together? And this is the first time I've talked about this publicly. I haven't spoken publicly about what I'm about to say to anyone. So,
I
just
feel
so you
pretty
know.
lucky.
Yes. Yeah. You caught me at a good time. We're rolling out franchises where you can own your brokerage and not have to worry about, and no one's done it right in the wholesale side. There's one company out there. It's owned by a real estate company, actually. And that's the challenge, is they're owned by a real estate company, and there's a lot of gaps in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've partnered with some very high level people that are just would blow your mind on what we've built for the broker. So you can own, you don't have to worry about, because the franchise takes care of all your back end stuff, and you can focus on originating, and you can own it, and it can be yours.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And so
that's going to be pretty fun.
Yes, that's what I'm really excited about. And
when do you think you're going to have this ready to roll out?
Oh, we're rolled out.
We're rolling.
We're rolling. We just haven't, I just want to work out all the kinks. We've got 10 or 11 franchises now. We're working out any kinks before we scale, but it's a different world, and the people that are in it have proven that it works. We've tested the concept. It works. But this is this is crazy. The money, the raises that they've got, because you're basically bringing your resources together under one umbrella, so to speak. It's kind of like shared resources in some regard. And you can still manage your operation. I mean, your marketing, and just focus on originating. Go originate. That's what you're good at. Go originate. Let the franchise executive team take care of the all the operational stuff for you in the day-to-day that you have to. That most originators have a hard time doing both. And but I think it was like 35% increase in dollars under that model so far. And it may be more, but we're being conservative right now. So
that'll be pretty exciting. I'll be waiting in the wings if you sign your friend in North Dakota.
I'm working on that.
I talked to her just this morning. if you sign your friend in North Dakota. But hey, what about AIME? What are you excited about with AIME in 2026?
Man,
there's so many moving things.
Oh my gosh. If I could tell you what we're doing, matter of fact, I think I can say this. So we're giving we
like secrets on here. On Coaching with Chris, we like secrets.
I know it. I hope I don't get in trouble by John, but
I'll take care of John.
Okay. All right. So we're going to be giving away a truck this year.
Insane.
Yeah. We're going to be giving away a truck this year. We've got a sponsor for it. It's Windsor Mortgage, and no, I'm just kidding.
So, but I like it. This is another surprise and another secret that I get to know about.
Yeah, and we have and the speaker that we have coming, it is somebody that's a very well-known name, and he's a very high-level movie star. He's one of my favorite movie stars. We're working on getting him, but I cannot even mention his name because it's
I get it.
It's still a Hail Mary. But if we can get these, but even the other speakers that John has on his radar, it's going to be, it's not even just that, man. When you look at AIME, the whole face just changed. John's done a really good job of making this about the community, about the members, and bringing more value. And we brought better value last year than maybe the year prior to that. Last year was my first year on. This is our year to really look at value differently for the membership. How are we bringing education to them? How are we giving them information in a way that they can copy and paste, right? Done for you, plug in, grab it. Thank you so much for making my life easier. How do we help them close more loans? And I just don't think that's really been, the reality. It's been more of an association. I know we're going to roll out some, we've got some other big announcements with advocacy and things like that, things that we want to make the membership. We've got tools that we're creating, and education that we're rolling out that's going to be things that are going to help them close more loans and have more credibility in their community. And that's what we want to do. And I just don't think that we've done I don't think AIME's done a great job of that in the past. And I'm not knocking leadership or people. I'm just saying John's vision to move forward is just, this is the year, it takes a little, he's had to come in and clean some things up and get the right people in place. And he's done that. And the board's been great. We're rolling out committees at the first of the year. We've built out a full committee platform, just a lot of good stuff going on that we're excited to share, but mainly bringing more value to the broker community through the membership. So
that's going to be cool. And not only value in learning things, but value in technology, value with the different originators. Like there's a lot of cool things going to be coming into play. For sure. I can't believe 30 minutes just went by, and I feel like we barely talked about more than two things. You know, if you had to sum up, kind of wrapping this up here, if you
Sure.
had to sum up the word for you for 2026 or the saying for you for 2026, you personally, KT, what would it be?
Well, I think it's going to be, if you're not first, you're last. A little shaking, baby.
Yeah. So it's the word's first.
It's first. It's a big word. If you're not first, you're last. Now, I just think that the originators that are embracing technology the quickest are going to have bigger returns in the long run.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Wow. KT, I can't thank you enough. I want to like do series 2 of this because I feel like we could cover a lot of things, and we know how everybody's attention spans are. So we know we got to cut you short and then come back with episode 2. But I really appreciate you. I wanted to personally say thank you for all you've done for the community, for AIME, for different originators, just that you've reached out. You are changing people's lives. Truly, your franchise deal's really exciting. What you've done for AIME is exciting, but what you've done for AI and your investment into AI is like, it's helping other originators see it because you took the steps first. And thanks for doing that.
I appreciate you saying that, Chris. And thank you for all you do as well, man. Like you
Awesome.
do more than any lender I know, or one of them. So we appreciate you as well.
We love it. Thanks, KT. Merry Christmas to you, buddy.